Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Guess what? In 10 days time, I'm going to be attending the New York Comic Con, which is next Thursday. The folks over at Fanhome have kindly invited me over there to check out their new collections. So be sure to subscribe and make sure you've got that notification bell ticked so I can let you know exactly what new stuff's coming out and get really excited for that. And I thought, as a novel thing, in the next 10 days, I'm going to be doing builds from Fanhome and D'Agostini. And for that reason, today, I'm going to be doing the next 4 stages of Robocop.
Drop it!
Okay, so this is the leg here. Now, I think to open the leg, we were meant to push this button here, but as far as I can tell, this button doesn't do anything. I found the easiest way to open this leg up is actually by pushing down at this section, and it opens like that. And then to close it, where that button is, you just push down on the back of this bit here. I don't know what that does, to be honest with you. And then just reseal it, which I'm just going to do now. And then at the bottom here, we do have a little pin that we need to push together. Little locating lug, and that closes the leg again. Oh, bit fell off. I'll have to put that back on. But that's pretty much how the leg works. I didn't realise that. It's probably in the instructions, but you know me, I just skipped over it. But today we are going to be doing stages 47 to 50, which means we're going to be doing the pelvis. So if you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description. There's also a QR code on the screen, but without further ado, let's get cracking. So here we go, this is stage 47. I haven't actually looked through these magazines, so I don't actually know what we're doing on the pelvis, but it looks like we've got a ball joint here, or some sort of joint, that we're going to be creating together here, and we're going to be piecing one of the legs onto the pelvis area here, which means we're going to be taking this part, which we had in the last stage. So we're going to need to bring that up, and this is the rest of the magazine. So here you go, stage 47 here. Let's get this open. And boy, do we have a heavy metal rod in this one. This is really heavy. Let me just put that to one side because it's this part that I'm going to need first. Now, first thing I want to do is I want to take this bolt that comes in here and just sit that into the shaped pattern here. I always struggle with this bit, but there you go. That's in. I've got a little clip to put over the top of that. So then that nut, I keep saying bolt, don't I? I always, you know, for years, I'm always confusing nuts and bolts. What's wrong with me? I'm going to be putting this bracket over to secure that nut into place. Now we are going into metal, so a bit of oil. Let's get this in. That's one this side. And just one on this side too. Perfect. So I want to bring over what we created in the last stage, looking like this. It's basically this ratchet here with a spring underneath it. And as you can see, we've got its partner on the other side, so we're just going to be putting that on top here. And this is then going to be screwed in, just from this side, to hold this into place. Now, if you don't want wobbly legs, just move that round. You do want that fairly tight. That looks good. I can always adjust that afterwards. So, now's the time to bring over the left leg. This is the one that doesn't open. And quite simply, we're just going to be putting these two parts here together. Now, because this is getting in the way, I do need to move this just around a second. So it does mean I might have to loosen this. Just so I can get another click on there. There you go. And then see if that lines up better, which it does. And I'm holding that in with CM screws. This time I'm using my big screwdriver. And it's going to take 2 of these. Make sure these are in tight. And you just want to check that this joint bends just like that, which is perfect. They should be able to move forwards and backwards as well. Okay, that's good. That's all there is to do at that stage. So, stage 48, here we go. This is the magazine. And as you can see here, we're still doing the pelvis. So we're creating this side now. That looks like this. This is going to go in the center. Pretty much the codpiece area, I'm guessing. And this is the rest of the magazine. And once again, I think because of the weight these are holding, all of these parts are metal. So this is similar to what we've done before. We've got basically a cap to put in here, which is going to act like a bush, and that's just going into there like that. Then I've got a smaller one just to put on top of that one there like that. Then I've got a ball joint to put in. That's going to go here. And then I'm closing the whole thing off by putting this side just over the top. That's going to keep everything together. So while I've got it that way, I need 4 AM screws, which are in this bag, and get this screwed in. And remember, you do want these tight, because even though it's going to seem like it's really hard to turn them, once it's attached to another leg or an arm or whatever these joints are, it's the pelvis weight, it's going to be the legs. You will be able to move it quite easily, even though you can't move it easily now. As a matter of fact, I think this joint actually holds the torso. So it's quite a little part for quite a massive part that we're attaching to it. So there we go. That's in place like that. Bring over this pelvis area and a tribble with this on and put this into place. It's basically just going to go on this way like this. Hopefully you can see it there. And it's going to be held in with 2 FM screws. And I'm making sure that's in tight as well. And when that's in, probably best on the top camera, that's how that should look. Okay, in stage 49, here's the magazine. Looking like this. And it looks like we're going to be ready to attach the other leg now. So once they're on, it's looking like that. And there's the rest of the magazine. And it is pretty much a mirror of what we've done the stage before last, where we're going to be taking, oh, don't want to lose the spring, taking this nut, and see I've got it right this time, putting this in here, like that, putting the bracket over the top to stop it going anywhere, and I'm holding that in with a UM screw. No, I'm lying to you, it's 2 UM screws. So one there, and one on the other side. Perfect. Bringing over this leg again now, or the pelvis area, I'm going to be putting the screw through the bottom here, so it can come up there. Then I'm putting the spring on top, just like that. And then finally, I've got this ratchet here, which we need to make sure it's this way round, with the peaks facing upwards. And then we're ready to put this section on like we did last time. It's going to go on this way in the same sort of direction as the last one, but I do want to screw this in here. Perfect. I've got that quite tight. And it is uniform. If you have a look here to the one we've got here. I'm just going to get some CM screws ready, because just like we did last time again, I'm going to be putting this over the top here and screwing this in with 2 CM screws. So you just lie that over the top like that. And I'll just get these CM screws in. So they're both in. I just want to check how these look. They're able to move. That's looking good. Okay. And there you go. We have a pair of legs. That's all there is to do in that stage. Now they do want me to just glue the ends here just to stop the screws undoing. I'm not going to do that, just in case I do need to undo them, because the ratchet's too tight or something like that. But I am just going to leave it like that. So that brings us over to the last stage here. And look, once again, we do have another big rod here, looking like this. Very heavy metal rod. Obviously, I'm guessing that's for some sort of stand to keep him upright, in an upright position. I'm just going to get this part out as well. Here's the magazine. Let's have a flick through. And it looks like we've got the front now that we're just putting onto the groin area. And then we actually are piecing together just these 2 bits here for the support. So that's how that's going to look. And this is the rest of the magazine. So this is going to be a nice quick stage. In fact, it's going to be a nice quick pack, because all we're going to be doing now is just taking this section and putting this over the top of here, like that. And I'm holding it in with EM screws. So I'm just going to line them up and then I'll tighten them all individually afterwards. There you go. That's perfect. That's in place. And I'll just put them over there just to kind of look at me with a detached body there. Which means we just need to do the support. And for that, we've got some pins in here. All I'm going to do is put these two parts together here. And as you can see, probably on the top camera, 2 holes need to line up, just like that. Now, these can only go in one way because there's a notch in it. So if you just turn it so that you've got it into position, then we need to get these pins in. Now, these pins are going to be a bit tricky. That's why I put some oil on them. I'm going to bang them in with my hammer. Just like that. Do the other one. Bit of oil into the hole. Bang it in. Clean up the excess. And there we go. That's that rod completed. That's all there is to do in that stage. In fact, that's the end of that pack. And as you can see, the legs are looking at me there. Now, obviously, when it comes to the torso, we have got the pecs, as you can see here, which we haven't put in place yet. We haven't worked on the abdomen yet. We have worked on the head. So I'm guessing the head's probably going to go around about here, if you can picture it here. And we've also done one of the arms as well. So I'm guessing we've still got to do another arm. We've got to do the whole torso section as well. So I'm guessing that's probably the next 50 stages. We'll have to see how that goes. But once again, if you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description. There's also a QR code on the screen, so you can check if this is available. And do remember, New York Comic Con's coming up next Thursday, so be sure to make sure you click subscribe and get notified, and I will let you know as soon as I know exactly what collections are coming soon. Other than that, take care.